What's up, guys? Come join us at the Doo Destined Discord on July 30th for a Doo Destined Win a Box tournament. It's going to be BT-22 format. Proxies are going to be legal. Come have some fun and try out some new decks. Hope to see you there. Peace out. What's up, Turds? It's Sean Crew, Team Destined here, bringing to you another video. This time around, it's going to be a deck profile video on the deck that I used to win today's locals, and that would be Leopardmon. I post Leopardmon all the time on this channel. I know you guys always see me posting different lists, and this current iteration I feel like is so much fun, has so much potential, and has a lot of counter potential to several decks in the meta. I definitely think it's a great call into a lot of the current meta decks, and I'm just really happy with the list that I made. I spent a long time making it, and I really feel like it's something innovative. I haven't seen a lot of lists like this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and stop talking and get right to the video. I hope you guys like it. Okay, let's get us started off with our eggs here. So we have 5 eggs in total. The first 4 is going to be Cocomon. Cocomon, when it affects, suspends one of your Digimon, draw a card. This deck utilizes a lot of self-suspension. So this egg lets us get crazy amounts of draw power. And because of the way the deck runs, it can run super fast, and you do need 5 eggs. I would not advise running any less than 5 eggs. I run 1 Tanimon. Tanimon says when you play Green Tamer, draw a card. That does come up a lot. In fact, this used to be one of the decks the eggs I used all the time in my previous iteration of Leopardmon. So it's the next best egg. You still get I'm not upset if I ever see this one. You still get a good amount of draw power with all the different types. Next up for our rookies, we have 4 of the best rookie. We are still running plant-based, if you couldn't tell from these sleeves right here. We are running plant-based still, and for the 4 rookies, it would be Palmon. Palmon, start of main. One of your opponent's Digimon gains all turns. When this Digimon becomes suspended, lose 2 memory until the end of their turn. So basically gives an Ice Wall effect to opponent's Digimon. And then Palmon's inheritable is if you have a Green Tamer, you can reduce Digivolution cost by 1. Really, really good for cheating out. Lots of good memory here. Next up, we have another Palmon here. So we have 3 more Palmon. This is on BT-10. Reveal top 4 cards of your deck, add 1 card of vegetation or plant and 1 card of fairy. Place the rest at the bottom of your deck. So this card actually adds 2 cards a lot of the time, just because your level 5s are actually fairy. All the Lilymons in this deck are fairy, so you can add multiple pieces, and it really just helps with draw power in this deck. The last rookie, we have Palmon X Antibody. You do run a bunch of Palmons, right? So being able to suspend your opponent, and a lot of the times I am comboing it with this Palmon into Palmon X Antibody for free. You get basically 2 memory off rip if they have an unsuspended Digimon. You give the Palmon effect to that Digimon, and then you suspend it with Palmon X. And it is just really, really good. And really, really good combo. The inheritable for Palmon X, when one of your Green Tamers is played, gain a memory. Like I said before, you're playing Green Tamers a lot in this deck, so that does come up. That's it for the rookies. Next up for the level 4s, we have something that facilitates those Green Tamer plays. That would be Togemon. We have 4 of them because it is the most important easily. Basically it's a 4-drop and has 3k DP, which is important in this deck. But basically whenever you would play a Green Tamer, you can suspend one of your Green Digimon and then reduce the play cost by 3. And then the inheritable is the same thing as the Palmon. So being able to cheat out free Tamer Digivolve for reduced cost is really, really good. Next up for one of the next best level 4s in the game, in the deck, we have Sunflowmon. Sunflowmon, when Digivolving, suspend one of your Green Digimon. You may play a Vegetation, Plant, or Fairy in its traits with 3k DP. When in effect, and then you have the inheritable of when an effect suspends your own Digimon, you get to draw a card. So A lot of the times you can go Palmon into Sunflow. Now you can suspend Sunflow. Sometimes I don't, if I need an extra body and I don't want to waste the resources, I actually won't Digivolve on top of Palmon with Palmon X. I'll save it for this play. Or you can do Togemon and then play Togemon, and then all of a sudden you can suspend Togemon to play a free tamer. And it's just really, really good value. And then you'll draw a card off of your eggs. So Sunflow is really, really good for going wide and also getting extra draws off with an inheritable. For the last level 4, we have a one of Sunflowmon. This is the BT-13 one. Main, by suspending this Digimon, one of your Digimon may Digivolve into a fairy in one of its traits from your hand, with their Digivolution cost reduced by 2. So, really, really good. Again, if you you can play this out for free with the other Sunflow, but suspend it, go into your Lily. All of the Lilymons are fairies, so you can actually go into all of your level 5s for 1 effectively. That's of course if you don't have any other inheritables to help. And then just like with all the other green Digimon, you have the inheritable of, if you have a green tamer, reduce Digivolution cost by 1. So obviously you're just able to cheat so much memory, and you can climb up so fast with this deck. It's actually really disgusting. Next up, we have all of our Lilymons. The reason we have this card sleeve. So this is, we have 2 of the starter Lilymon. This card is, I was a hater of this card when I first started playing it, but it's actually so good for getting your pieces. Real top 5, add a level 6 or higher Digimon and card among them to your hand, and place the rest of the bottom of your deck. I wasn't sure how I felt about the effect, because it's like search top 5 and it's only level 6, but the thing is, your level 6 lineup is not searchable with your plant vegetation stuff, because Leopardmon is not, it's not a vegetation or plant. So Lily actually really helps get to your top end during those clutch moments. There's been so many times where I really love this card. I actually want to run more of this, but I'm kind of playing around with the ratios right now just to see what I like. I used to run this at 4 in my previous list, but to I wanted to try something out, and that would be this new Lilymon from the Star Deck 21. This is the Adventure Lilymon. On play, when Digivolving, suspend all of your opponent's 5k or lower Digimon. Then for every 2 colors of your tamers have that your 2 tamers have, return one of their your opponent's suspended Digimon to the bottom of the deck. The second effect doesn't matter, so I'm not going to go over it, but the inheritable is Alliance. You're never going to be able to bottom deck anything. I'm not running Cool Boy in this list, which one of my lists actually did have a variation of Cool Boy in it. But I opted to not play Cool Boy in hopes of getting something else, running other cards. But anyways, that's it. So 2 of those Lilymons, and then 1 for the last Lilymon, we have Leopardmon Ace. This is the classic. Plays for 4, which is really good in Leopardmon. But on play, when Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, then bottom deck a 5k or less. Really good for getting rid of those annoying floodgates, or just playing a level 5 for free, basically, with your leopards. For the last level 5s, we have 3 Lilymon X Antibody. Again, I used to run this at 4. It's just really good for kind of cheating out memory. The Digivolves for 0 on top of all of your Lilymons. If there's a suspended Digimon, it doesn't have to be yours or your opponent's Digimon. It's just any suspended Digimon gain 1 memory. So most of the time you're just going into this for 2, which is really nice. But if Lilymon or X Anybody is in the Digivolution cards, or draw 1 card for each of your opponent's suspended Digimon. So this can go really crazy if somebody's going wide or has, like, let's say like 2 Digimon on board and they're all suspended. Can go really, really hard when you're trying to dig for your pieces. So that's why I love Lilymon. It just helps to get that extra memory a lot of time. Next up, for our Leopardmons, for our level 6s, we have 2 of the old Leopardmon. So this is, you may play when Digivolving and main. you may play 1 green or Royal Knight Digimon from your hand, reduce cost by 4. That's the whole point of the deck. When you play another Digimon, all of your green Digimon or Royal Knights and or Royal Knights gain blocker until the end of their opponent's turn. So really good for defense. And then we have the one of the brand new BT-22 Leopardmon Ace. On play when Digivolving, play a 5k or lower. You may play a 5k or lower from your hand without paying the cost. Then all of your level 3 or higher Digimon gain blocker, basically the same effect. When any of your other Digimon would leave the battle area, gain 2 memory. So that's one thing that I'm interested in. It came up one time. I'm not gonna lie though, there's been a lot of times where I've been testing this version, and I actually still wish that this was I was running 3 Leopardmon. The problem with this one is Digivals for 4. Like, why did they do that? Digivals for 4 on a regular level 5. In order for it to Digivolve for 3, it needs to be on top of a CS trait. But none of your Lilymons are CS, so it's like, what the heck? But the benefit is, of course, it's a Blast Ace, so that's really nice. It drops for 7, which might come up, and also you can play a 5k. It's not like reduction. It's not a reduction of cost. So if you want to run like a 5k DP Digimon that was like more than 4 cost, then you can play that for free. But also the alternates effect, it's really nice because you give your Digimon blocker. And let's say like you play out like a Palmon X Antibody and then you block with it. You can effectively pass turn with Leopardmon because you just gain 2 memory. So that's always super, super nice. That's it for the Leopardmon. Next up, of course, we need to run Leopardmon X Antibody, the arguably the best level 6 in the game or in the deck. Same effect as Leopardmon. You can reduce Digivolution play cost by 4. But what's different is that if you have a Leopardmon underneath it, that includes Leopardmon Ace, further reduced by 3. So effectively you would be reducing by 7, which is really, really nice. When one of your Digimon is played, you can also bounce one of your opponent's Digimon back to the hand, starting at 5k, and then add 3k to the effect for every other Digimon. Really good for answering the board while going wide at the same time. It's so nasty to just go like Leopardmon until Leopardmon X. Then you have 4 bodies on board, and you effectively are able to bounce at least 1 body and answer 1 body on the board. So and that is a really tough turn for people to come back from. Once you explode with Leopardmon, it's like, yeah, you kind of seal the deal. Now we got some spice here. You guys get to see the new stuff. We have 2 of the Varuduramon. So now you can see kind of where this deck is, where I've leaned this deck towards, and it's definitely Valer Arm. So when this card will be played, if you have a Digimon with Excel, reduce the play cost, that'll never come up. Unless you already have a Varaduru in hand, I guess. But suspend all of your opponent's Digimon, and one of your Digimon gets plus 3k for the turn. Then one of your Digimon may attack. End of your turn, this Digimon and any of your other Digimon may DNA into a Digimon with Chaosmon in the hand, and then it can attack. And then it has a inheritable when attacking one of your opponent's Digimon get minus 4k. This card is so good into getting into that Valder when you need it. And it's also good for kind of putting in pressure with Leopardmon. So like basically the combo is it doesn't matter what Leopardmon. You get a Leopardmon, you play a body, you go Leopardmon X, and then you can best case scenario is like you play something like, let's just say you have Lily X, right? Lily X in hand for free because you're reduced by 7. And then you go into Varaduru, and then you're able to Joggers into your Chaosmon from there. But it's really nice because once you go into this Varaduru, you can actually swing with your Leopard X, and a lot of the time, most of the decks that you're facing, you don't have to be scared about swinging in with Leopard X. So that's just an extra swing that you can get. Leopard X before didn't really have the aggression, in my opinion. that it needed. I mean, it could be aggressive, but in the sense that you need to go wide. It's not so much like a stacky like swing face type deck. You're definitely depending on like just going wide. But now it's with these new cards that I'm adding in, it helps with that win condition as well. For the last level 6, we have a Cheruby Ace. Cheruby Ace, this was an old clutch card of the deck, and I still love it. Honestly, I still want to run. I want to run more of it, but I wanted to try a Varuduru, and I'm really loving Varuduru and Cheruby Ace. Sometimes, again, like I said, I want to run more of it. There's just no space. The thing is, again, I'm playing a Valer Arm focused deck, and sometimes it's nice because you're able to like play Cheruby Ace for free with Leopard X, and then you go into Valer, and that does come up all the time. The only thing I don't like about it is that, of course, it is an Ace, and in those events that you don't have Leopard X, you can't go into Valer. So that's the only thing I don't like. But otherwise, this card is always cracked. It has lines. It is a blast. When Digivolving on play, you play a green level 4 or lower. Then until the end of your opponent's turn, one of their Digimon gets minus 4k for each of your other Digimon. This combos so well with Leopard X. Let's say there's a really huge Digimon on board, and you don't have enough Digimon to get rid of it. So you just go Leopard X plays Cheruby Ace. Cheruby Ace plays a Digimon. You give that Digimon minus let's say 12k, and then now it's probably going to be within the threshold for Leopard to bounce it. So, or you can potentially answer 2 different bodies on the board, which is obviously really, really nasty. For the last Digimon, we have Valer Arm at 2. I would like to run this at 3 as well, but honestly, I see it all the time at 2. You could run it at 3. You really could. It's very important. So if you see one in security, it's kind of scuffed. But I haven't had that problem just yet. But I still am kind of considering going to 2. But security attack +1, it has partition. So that's why it's so nasty with Cheruby Ace. Because let's say you're able to Jogress. The Jogress is with a yellow and then a green or black, right? So you can go Cheruby and Leopard X, bring it together. And then if someone answers Valer Arm, say removes it from the field, you go Leopard X and Cheruby Ace, or you could go Leopard, or you could go Leopard Ace, or you could go Varuduru, and that is just so strong. Having all of these on plays with Leopard Ace, Varuduru, and Cheruby, it makes the deck really, really nice in those situations. Obviously, the biggest weakness of the deck is Digivolve, but if you play carefully around it, it's really hard for your opponent to answer this type of board state, because basically the lockdown is the most cracked hand that you could have would be like, it doesn't matter. You just have Leopard, and then you play a body. Leopard X, you play something like, let's say, either Cheruby Ace or Lily. If you go into Cheruby Ace, then you just go into the Valer Arm. If you go into Lily, then you go into Varuduru. If you go into Lily, you go into Varuduru. And then from there, you would Jogress, go into Valer. You would gain 3 memory because there's 3 level 6s. You suspend 3 things, and then your opponent's Digimon or Tamers don't get on-play effects, and they can't unsuspend. So it's really, really nasty. Valer Arm is such a disgusting card, and that's why I was saying earlier it answers a lot of the decks in the meta, because a lot of the decks are dependent on their Tamers, unsuspending, and on-play effects. So that's it for that. We have 2 for the Tamers. We have 2 Mimi. This is basically going to be the same Tamer lineup. It is a memory setter. If you have level 5 or higher, tap it, and it lets you hatch or bring your breeding area out. Really good for ramping up, and this is the card. This is the reason why I said you need to run 5 eggs, because a lot of times, if it's going the distance, you do need to be able to have that 5th egg. For our next tamers, we have 3 of the Mimi. Real top 3, on play reveal top 3, add a vegetation plant or fairy. When an effect suspends a Digimon, by suspending this Digimon, gain a memory. So this is the tamer that you're going to be playing for free with your Togemons. Really nasty for getting that extra search and getting that extra draw as well. That's it for the tamers. Now for the options, we have 3 of the green memory boost. Reveal top 4, pick a green, and then you can gain 2 memory on the delay. And then the last searchers, we have 3 of the agility training. Search top 2, pick up a green card. Honestly, I think this agility training, I think I'm going to go 3-2 and then make this agility training a scramble so that I can pick up Valders if I need it, and or also in the event that I can pick up a piece in case I need it. I feel like scramble would be good in this list. Plus, I don't have 3 of this, so that would just help with the balance there, right? But the reason I would take out agility training over green memory boost, yes, agility training can like pick up all your green cards, but honestly, when you're playing Digimon by effect, you really want to have the memory for that, because like let's say you're already on your leopard, you want to keep turn. You're not going to be able to keep turn with a training. You're going to be able to keep turn with memory boost because you're playing it out for a certain memory. You're not digivolving. So that's why I prefer green mem boost. Also, searching top 4 is a better dig than top 2, but obviously agility does have its place in every deck. For the last option, we have the most broken green option in the game, and that would be hidden potential discovered. HPD, I mean, you tap your own Digimon, reduce Digivolution by 5. So obviously a Valer Arm for 1 would be absolutely disgusting. Potentially gaining memory with Valer is also nasty. I love this card. HPD should probably be banned. Anyways, that's it for the deck. The only thing I would change, like I said, would probably be the agility for maybe an extra scramble. You can kind of play around if you want. If you want more Cheruby over Varaduru, you can probably do two Cheruby, 1 Varaduru. Or if you didn't want to do scramble, you could do a 3rd Valer Arm instead. That's gonna be it for the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked this one. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more competitive Digimon content, and I'll see you next time. Peace.